Well, our bats were out in full force yesterday. We actually came surprisingly close to beating the American Dreams by 10 runs by the second inning. And I guess that goes to show that you never know what might happen in any given game. Well, hi guys, and welcome back. Let's see if we can get a win or two today. So we're going to go ahead and just jump straight on into this. So that you know, of course this is just me doing the sample gameplay there. So as you recall, we did win yesterday, which means that we are now, here we go, we are now 3 games behind the American Dreams. They have now lost once, and so we had a pretty good performance yesterday, and we'll be taking on the World Powers today. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight into this, I think, and we'll just go down and play them here. I presume we're going to end up playing them twice, because last time we won by 10 runs in a real easy win, so I'm guessing that we'll have something similar happening again today. So this is not quite as early as I normally like to play. I haven't had my day really start yet. That time I got jammed, I'll admit that. That was definitely a jam job they did on that pop-up to get Lucy out. I haven't really had much of a start yet to the day. I've had one of those appointments in the early morning, and I slept in as well. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that hasn't quite been done yet. And so I figured that it would probably be worth it to get a little baseball stars in before I go to the gym. I think she can make, yeah, they're not even throwing to second. Look at that. So far so good with this series. Again, we need to get a bunch of wins. I think that what we'll try to do is we'll try to improve the pitching next. And then slowly but surely we'll get the hitting improved a little bit more. But I really do think that the weakness that we have is our pitching. Speaking of weak pitching, Jonas here is really having a hard time. So not a whole bunch of news here as far as the channel is concerned. I am going to have another 1919 game eventually. I'm hoping to be able to do this today. I was doing some research into more of the players for the next game is going to be the Philadelphia Athletics and the Washington Senators for opening day. So I've been doing research into some of those players. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a whole heck of a lot to talk about. So I'm looking forward to doing this. I need to make sure that I have the time and have all my ducks in a row before I really make it happen. I guess this is that sort of perfectionism, but we do want to make it at least somewhat perfect. 5-0, we have it now. It's not so much that making, you know, a perfect video is the important thing to do, but rather what I'm hoping for is for something that's engaging and that sort of adds value. That's the thing that I really am most concerned about. Six nothing there. So now we're starting to really pile it on. The thing about adding value is that anybody can grab a baseball sim or whatever and just play a bunch of games, and then you have a bunch of names, and oh, this person does this and that person does that. You want to add something that maybe is a little bit more of general interest, maybe something of some historical value or something like that, you know, to make it so that the game really comes alive and to make it engaging. So people have asked me before, like, why didn't I continue the 1919 or 1955 World Series with replay? The reason why is because it was pretty unengaging because it was missing all of that stuff. In fact, it was unengaging to the point where I was kind of getting a little bit, ah man, that was bad. Well, at least he can't buy a hit. It was unengaging to the point where I was feeling frustrated with the series, and so when you're feeling frustrated yourself, it's probably better to do something else. Oh man, no. She gives up a home run to the first batter of the game. We're supposed to be crushing this team. That is not what I was expecting to see, so this might be more of a game than I thought. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have more 1919 action coming up here eventually. And then eventually we're going to get to the point where we have some more video game action as well, once I've got all the time and everything sort of figured out right. There are some other games that we probably should be featuring as far as gameplay is concerned that I haven't done quite yet. So a lot of stuff coming up in the future. It's always a question of time. It's not so much a question of desire, it's just a question of finding the time to get a lot of stuff done. That's all good. The sun is out today. It was kind of chilly this morning, but we're getting into spring, which should be helpful. The hard part is the dead of winter, where you're cold all the time and you don't want to do anything. The most fun I had this morning was doing a little bit of research into Walter Johnson's no-hitter. Yeah, I got totally jammed on that one. Walter Johnson, as you may or may not know, only threw a single no-hitter, and this was in 1920. It was actually at Fenway Park, believe it or not. Anyway, I was having a good time making a blog post about that. That'll come out tomorrow. You'll be able to go and sort of check that out. Interesting thing about that no-hitter is that it would have been a perfect game, but there was a single batter that reached via air. The other interesting thing is that first baseman Joe Judge made the final play for the Senators. There was a kind of a line drive almost, or a sharp ground ball hit to first base, and Judge went behind the bag, fielded it, made a really nice play on it to make the third out. That was with 2 men out in the 9th inning, so it would have been a real shame if he hadn't made that play. Ah, shoot. Ah, he fooled me. I thought he was going to come inside. Yeah, I've got this funny feeling that we need to get Peppermint Patty a little bit more speed because she's giving up a lot of long balls here. Alright, there we go. Well, that's a little bit quiet. Let's see if we can get some more offense going here so we can get to a second game. That's what the goal was initially, and we're not getting anything started. We had 6 runs in the first inning, and now all of a sudden nobody can hit the ball. Yep, so much for that. Okay, so now we go to the 4th. Remember, Peppermint Patty does have a lot of stamina because that's what we improved last time. Of course, it's kind of funny to be improving the stamina of your starting pitchers only to then spend a whole bunch of money improving the skills of your relief pitchers. You kind of wonder what you're doing, but we're going to need all the help we can get, no matter what it is. It was this guy, Wilbur's, the one who hit that home run. Only hitting 175, but with 3 home runs. How about that? That probably wasn't the right pitch to throw. So now we've given up 2 home runs to this guy. I know that we got way too much of the play with that one, and that's where the argument comes in for getting better breaking ball ability and stuff like that. Although I would say that I do think that Peppermint Patty's real problem is not her breaking ball. I think it's the lack of speed. I don't think that Pigpen had a chance there pretty much no matter what. He's got good defensive ratings. Alright, 6-2. Let's get this taken care of here. I think we do need to work a little bit with Lucy on her hitting. It's definitely gone downhill. There was a time where she was hitting the cover off the ball, and it's just not happening anymore. She's having a hard time getting base hits. Easy double there, though, for Frida. Fortunately, our offense is more than one player. Unfortunately, that was another one of those line drives hit straight at a fielder. All right. Yeah. Trying to curve that ball inside, and that one didn't curve at all. So now it's a 6-3 game, and the dreams of playing 2 games today are really starting to fade. I do think that we're going to win, but we've been giving up a lot of home runs, and it's a major concern. I think that Peppermint Patty may be the pitcher that we work on next, because I think that she needs a lot of work. And the other thing somebody was telling me is that they did an experiment and discovered that a team with nothing but luck ended up actually doing quite well in this game. So next time we play this game, the Japanese version, I think we're going to try to do nothing but luck. Alright, I'm not sure if I want to take her out yet, if I want to give her a little bit more time. Probably need to take her out. This is a game-tying home run, almost. Alright, that's it. It's gonna stay in the park. All right, 2 men out. I felt like I had my life flashing before my eyes while I watched that ball bounce. Ah, jeez. Anyway, so yeah, it's all good. We still have a lot of stuff left to do on this channel, including playing through all the old Famistad games, which is the other big thing I want to do. That's going to be a totally different experience from doing this. Well, we were lucky. He just sort of stood there and watched it bounce by him. That's a strike? Okay. Alright, well, we're having a little bit more bad luck. This is what's happening. I'm not distracting myself enough, right? So that, you know, I'm not thinking about what's going on. I got in trouble with somebody for talking about politics, so I'm not sure what to talk about now. It's not looking so good. Yeah, that was foolish base running. Alright, let's see if Spike can get him out again. Let's see if we can get some more runs. So I think that if you have higher luck ratings, I think that, you know, balls like that turn into outs. That's sort of my feeling about this. The thing is that the conventional wisdom with this game is that you want to improve your luck last. You want to get everything else that you can up as quickly as possible. Actually, the conventional wisdom is kind of what it is that I've done, which is you try to improve your prestige first so that you get a whole bunch of money for beating teams. So, I don't know, maybe it's the right way to do it. Maybe you could do it the other way around. I don't know. Maybe it's a challenge to do something different. I don't know, something like that. But we still haven't given up any runs other than those home runs. I mean, we've been doing okay. The hard part is, as I've said before, is trying to get used to the styles of these different pitchers. Like this guy who loves to throw these curveballs that bend inside. Oh, we just barely got in there, man. That was lucky, lucky, lucky. Alright, we're actually not going to let Spike hit for himself. That's the thing with those curveballs, so I'm thinking, okay, well this might curve way inside, and then ends up being a strike. Yeah, see? That's why it keeps happening. Somebody forgot the rules of the game. Trying for the force out, and there's no force out. Get back, get back. Alright, well, we've wasted a bunch of perfectly good at-bats here trying to get a hit, and we haven't gotten much off this guy. There we go, that's a little bit more like it. It's been a little while since we last scored a run, and we finally got one across, alright. There we go. This is what I thought we were going to see today. But 10-3 now, this feels a little bit more comfortable. And there's another one. So the next video that we're going to do on this channel, the next scripted video, will be about baseball cards in 1984 as we continue to go up through time. Every time I look at this and think, oh, there's not going to be anything to say, I realize, no, that there's a lot to talk about. So 1984, as you know, is the year that there was the Don Mattingly rookie card, and the most famous one was the Donruss card. The reason why it was famous is because 84 Donruss was a short printed set. And we don't know how short printed it was, but we know that it definitely was more short printed than all of the other junk wax that was out there. And that's reflected in the price that the set commands really to this day. So there's a lot to talk about, but the most interesting part of it really is the fact that there were boy, it doesn't want me to dive for those balls, right? That's one that you want to dive for, and it wouldn't let me. I pushed B and it didn't do anything. The most interesting part about the Donruss set, other than the fact that it was short printed, is the fact that people started making counterfeit versions of that Mattingly card. You can find them to this day. In fact, there are famous versions of it that were deemed counterfeit by a judge who had them stamped with reprint on the back. And as funny as this sounds, they're actually worth money because there's not many of them. They're not particularly good fakes, right? But they're worth money to some people, especially if they're stamped, because it's part of the sort of famous story that happened. So there's a lot of stuff like this to talk about. Most young collectors today don't know about. Now the next trick is to figure out how to get young collectors to actually watch the videos that I put out, but that's probably something that will come over time. But, you know, I say all of this to say that 1984 is definitely part of the junk wax era. If you have companies that are deliberately short printing their products so that they stand out as not being junky, it kind of tells you what else was going on in the industry. Oh, get back. Yeah, I guess I'll pinch hit for him. We don't technically need to do this, but let's go for it. Alright, let's see if Lucy can get a hit this time. She's hitting only 259. There we go. A little bit more like it. That's 12. Alright, we got a couple more to go and we'll win by that 20-run or that 10-run rule. It'd be nice to win by a 20-run rule if we could, but I don't think we'll score that many runs. Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. This is number 16. That should cause a pitching change. No, it won't. Okay, well, we'll keep launching the ball off of this guy. And since we're about to win by 10, I might as well throw in a second game. I mean, yeah, we can do that. I think this is not going to fall. It's not. Go, baby, go, go, go. There's another one. That was Violet, right? So 17-3 now. This is a little bit more like it. I just don't know what happened in those middle innings. Between the first and the seventh, we had a lot of nothing, and then all of a sudden we've opened it back up again. He's gonna beat this out. I know he will. Yep. Just barely, but he did it. This game just might continue indefinitely until we score all the runs. Remember, Sally was a pinch hitter a long time ago in this inning. She still is the pinch hitter. Well, that does it. 7 runs. It's not bad. We give Marcy a little bit of work. (17-4). That's why those extra runs are so important. And that was their number 1 hitter again, so he's had 3 home runs off of us in this game alone. I didn't know he had so much power. We might actually want to look him up when all is said and done. There's 2, and we just have 1 more to go, and then we're good. (17-5), okay. So in terms of pitching, it still has been kind of a comedy of errors for us. But that does it. And it's kind of fitting that final run, the final out came on a long fly ball to the warning track. So yes, it was Wilbur hitting 3 home runs. It's been that kind of game. So anyway, there you have it. Let's do another one here. Solly had 2. We get 80,000 from that, which is not bad. Not bad for a day's work, but we'll do it again. I do want to check this guy out though, first of all. He's only got a batting of 10, so it's a little bit surprising that he would hit so many home runs off of us. Anyway, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna play. I don't know. We'll play something like this, and then we'll do something like this. All right, let's play him again. So now at least we know who to watch out for in the lineup, right? But I'm kind of surprised that he would have 3 home runs with a batting of only 10. Somebody had asked me before if the computer ever makes any improvements to its team, you know, after games and stuff like that. It doesn't. If it did, this would be a much more difficult game to play. But no, it's not like an OTP type game. It's not like, you know, the computer's making all these moves behind the scenes or whatever. Oh, that's gone. Nobody even moved after that one. So it's not quite that kind of a game, and of course it's not really sophisticated enough to get that sort of thing to happen. I mean, it's just a basic 8-bit NES game. Basically, what you can say is that this isn't really a baseball simulation. This is sort of like a baseball-themed RPG is really what it would be. And it's an RPG in the sense that you have like a party of characters and you're trying to get them to improve kind of according to like a storyline that the game gives you. That didn't work at all, did it? So Lucy's got kind of a batting slump. I don't think she got enough of that one, but we'll see. Maybe. Oh, she did. How about that? Is that number 9 or 10? Alright, Pigpen here has 16 home runs. The thing about Pigpen is that he can do more than just hit the home run. His only weakness here is that he's not really all that fast, but he was able to beat that one out into a double. This will be another double easily. I've never just decided if I want to just take those draw pitches or what exactly I want to do about them. Oh, that almost worked. I was trying to get him to hesitate long enough so that he'd be safe at first. Just didn't work. Violet now has come alive. She has 3 home runs. Remember, she had 0 through something like 10 or 11 games or something like that. He set me up for that. As soon as he threw that curveball that went suddenly curved into the last second, there was no hope that I had. Oh, hey, I thought there were already 2 outs. I didn't intend to do that, but there you go. One of those rare 3 to 6 double plays. I was so excited about that, it has me flailing wildly. There we go. I don't think that he got enough of that one. No, it's just a lazy fly ball. That's the thing, we need to get these guys who have batting of like 10 or whatever, get them improved just a little bit more so that we have home run threats in every position of the lineup. Alright, 2-1. This is a closer ball game than we wanted to be, that's for sure. Alright, there we go. A little bit longer here. So after we do the 84 baseball card video, we're going to have a video come out the next week about, I think that's when we're going to do the top NES baseball games video and all that. So we should have a good ranking video for you. And that should be big and long, and there are going to be a couple of different videos I'm going to make sort of to splinter off from that one, talking about the best games on the platform, the worst games on the platform, and stuff like that. So I'm also thinking that what I really should do is I should try to do a little bit of a blitz and have at least one of these gameplay example videos for every game that I possibly can. I mean, I have stuff for like RBI 2 and stuff, Major League Baseball, and Quattro Sports, Baseball Pros, and all of that. But there's some other games that I probably should pick up and put up on the channel. It'd be kind of fun to sort of mess around with. Oh shoot! No, go back! Go back! Go back! There we go. There we go. Sometimes it pays to swing at those pitches that are way inside. Yeah, the thing about YouTube is that, oh, this has a chance. That's gone. The thing about YouTube is that, when you're making videos that showcase gameplay and stuff like that, there are times where it's really helpful, especially if something's not really, you know, played that much or showed that much by other channels. Right, because there are people who will do searches for old games. You know, you might get somebody who's thinking about maybe buying a game or something like that, and they're wondering what does it look like, how does it play. There are people who have, you know, let's play type examples, but they don't have any commentary. And you may or may not know this, but YouTube doesn't really like that sort of thing. That's the sort of video that tends to get flagged for reused content or for whatever. You know, YouTube's much more interested in content that shows like the creator's personality. This is one of the reasons why it's kind of important to do voiceover. A lot of people, as you know, will have like their face in like the bottom corner of it or whatever. I've done that before. I'm not a huge fan of doing that. I'd much rather sort of like let the game speak for itself. And it's also like you can do it, you can do that sort of thing, and you know, when you record using like OBS or whatever, you can put your face in and have yourself talking at the same time, but then you don't get like a copy of the video that's just the straight gameplay, which is what I like to use for longer videos. You can also figure out a way to record both sources at the same time, but it takes up space, and then you have to go into post-production and put it in. It's just easier for me to do it this way. I've thought about it and I've looked at it from time to time, but there would be a lot more work involved for very, very little added benefit. So anyway, that's why we do it this way. So we almost got them up to 10-run lead. Came close, but not quite. Charlie Brown's in there still going strong. Yeah, we just don't have that good drop pitch yet. Nobody on this team has a really good drop pitch. We've thrown a couple from time to time, but as far as like the long run's concerned, nobody really has one that you can throw consistently. There we go. But no problem. Let's score 3 more runs. Let's get out of here. Came close to hitting him. That would have been nice. We'll take any free bases you want to give us. Bad luck. That's all there is to it. That's the thing about luck, man. We need better luck ratings so that more of these hits will actually fall. I think that's gonna hang. No, it doesn't. How about that? Yeah, there are a couple of baseball games that I should feature on here that most people don't play much of. Like, we could play a full game with the old Black Box baseball. That game can be really frustrating. You can't control your fielding at all in that game. But we got lucky there. We got really unlucky there. So we've had good luck and we've had bad luck. And that one we had a lot of bad luck. I was kind of hoping that we could keep that inning alive. Let's see if we can give him a chase. Yep. Yeah, we can play Black Box Baseball. I do need to have some Roger Clemens MVP Baseball gameplay. That game is really bad. That'll be fun. I really look forward to playing through a full game of that one again, man. And then we got a bunch of other games. You know, the RBI 3 is a game that I haven't done here yet, so we can play that. It's the same as RBI 2. Bases Loaded is a game that I need to feature on here. That one, I've hesitated a little bit because it takes about an hour to play a full game. It's like 40 minutes or something if you do the US version, and the Japanese version's about an hour. And then you got Bases Loaded 2, 3, and 4, which are also, you know, fun games to feature. As you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of either 3 or 4. In fact, I think that Bases Loaded 3 is probably the worst of the series because you don't even have the fielding radar. It makes it just so difficult to figure out where you're supposed to go to field the ball. I mean, it's not like, you know, these other games with their fielding systems are perfect, but Bases Loaded 3 really doesn't have a good fielding system. It's problematic. Unfortunately, it just wasn't deep enough. I was hoping that he would hit a home run and that would be the end. Because we're the home team, so if he hit a home run there, that would have done it. And then there's also Bo Jackson baseball, right? We got to feature some Bo Jackson baseball here. And then I should probably play Base Wars again, too. I've got a legion of people. There's a whole nation of people who are upset with me because of my opinion on Base Wars. But we can look at it and we can talk about it. I still don't think Base Wars is a particularly good game. I really don't. But there are people who are upset that I'm not amazed by it. I honestly think that Base Wars would have been a much better game if Konami, and it actually is a Konami game, but if Konami had, you know, put a little bit more focus on, you know, making a fighting system similar to Blades of Steel instead of whatever junk it is they came up with, you know. All right, come on, Shermy, take us home. We're only one run away. There we go. That's got enough. Surprised that Pigpen wasn't the one who hit the home run. Ends up being Shermy, and that is the victory. So we win this one. What is it? 14-1? 13-1. 13-1, yeah. 18 hits. We only gave up 3 hits, so Charlie Brown had a good game. He won all 5. Another victory for him. And yeah, we're hitting home runs all over the place. Shermy and Frida now both with 10. And now we can go spend some money and have some fun. But first of all, we want to go through and play some of these computer-controlled games. So, I'm going to do this. Someone was telling me that sometimes the Ninja Black Sox will win, but apparently not that time. And we want to do this probably. So if we look at the standings really quick, yeah, the American Dreams are at 16-1, we're at 13-4, so we've remained about 3 games away from them, but we're going to have to be the team that dethrones them. And Pigpen's still hitting up there. He's had a little bit of bad luck lately. He has 16 home runs, and and we have 2 players with 10. So it's going to be more and more like that as time goes on. Interesting, Sadahara O with the Japan Robins is 9. He's the only player on this list that's not from one of the top 2 teams. Pigpen with 41 runs batted in. That's only going to get better. Sandy's ERA now 1.18. Remember, it was 1.20 after we beat him yesterday. We don't have anybody who's quite that good yet, so we still have to work a little bit again on the pitching. Oh, Spike gets a lot of wins. Marcy only has 1 save. How about that? So, all right, we'll go over here and spend all of our money. So 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, and I think Charlie Brown is also 40,000. Yeah. We have enough. We have 160,000, right? So we have enough to improve 4 players. I'm probably going to just do this for 4 of the pitchers. This is probably what we're going to do. Yeah, it's kind of hard to know exactly what you want to improve, but let's improve the drop so that he has a little bit more strikeout ability. And for her, we want to improve her speed because that was really frustrating. We know that we want to improve Marcy. See, we only get 1 point. That's the thing. We got kind of screwed out of that. So and we'll give her a little bit of speed. And the question is, yeah, do we do rerun? Do we do Shermie? The other question was, do we want to do Lucy and try to give her a little bit more heading? I think we'll do Sherman because I keep talking about his fielding, so let's improve that. And see, we only get 1 again. Last time we improved him, we only got 1 as well, if I remember right. That gets his defense up to a 9, but the luck rating's real poor luck for us as a team as a whole. So what do we do next time we win? We'll probably, like I said, we want to get Lucy's hitting up to 15 if we possibly can. Interesting, she has a running of 15 because it doesn't always show up. We probably want to get, I think Charlie Brown we want to have and Peppermint Patty, both of them we want to have really good speed before we worry too much about curves. Neither one of them have very good drop ratings. Then the curveball specialist I guess we'll have here in the bullpen. And we'll probably shy away from now on from improving their stamina. Anyways, it's going to be kind of a long battle as we try to get more money and get things up and going. That's the way that it is now, and we're going to keep focusing most of the money on the pitching and hope that we don't have any more of those drops that only give us 1 point, but it happens. Sometimes it's part of the game. Anyway, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.